What's up? Okay, we're back. Finally.
Finally.
Let me throw this out there. This live stream is not for kids. If you're under 13 years old, this is not for you. Just throwing that out there. It's not for you.
Boom.
So,
Disclaimer.
Throwing that out there. I'm trying to get Mr. Pence on here.
Yeah, I see a wow on the chat.
Yeah. I've invited him. Mr. Pence, I've invited you. You gotta hit the accept button, man. I'm calling you. You just gotta join. And we'll get
calling.
Anyways, while he's doing that,
there we go.
Yeah, this is a thing. Look, I'm calling him. You can see his little face thing in the right. Tech Chucker. Sadly, it's not about the kids that are watching. It's what YouTube is doing. Yeah, I know, but I'm just throwing that out there just for fun. Can have a little fun. All right, so here's the thing. We've got all kinds of stuff going on tonight. Hey, Tucker.
You see Josh's chat? Oh, snap.
Oh, snap. Hey.
Tucker's over 13.
Okay. Tucker, I'm trying to... We have a thing. I've got people here. All right.
Tucker don't care.
He really doesn't care. I know what he wants, but unfortunately...
it's like dogs.
Okay. Oh, no. Yeah, Tucker, get down. You're not 13.
You better...
He's not 13. Wait, dog years. He's 3, so 21. He's good.
Oh, okay. He's good.
Last I checked, I was way over 13, but you just never know. Mary, you're the only one that would know that. All right. No time for fun. This is serious. Tech Chucker, this is so serious that I have adult action figures at the ready to discuss.
Collectibles.
Yes.
Collectibles.
Oh, hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know I'm officially tagged that I am over 13.
Hold on. Let me get ready. We were Greg and I were getting ready before the stream. So hold on a second, because in order to enlist, you have to be over a certain age. So hold on. Let me just put this on here.
You just gotta give the Empire your name.
Right.
Who are your people?
I don't. Here we go. As much fun as it would be to live stream that, I think the audio would be horrible.
I don't know. Were the clones 13 years or older?
Technically, I don't think we ever. It just said it's had a fast process, but it never gave like a timeline. I don't think.
Actually, you could in the helmets get some of those Rode wireless mics.
Boom. Yeah.
Right here on the collar and boom.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. All right, so here's the thing we're going to talk about tonight, guys. I got a couple things I want to talk about. One of them, we're going to talk about Kappa, Crappa. I'm going to rename it Crappa. We'll talk about that. Got some collectible stuff to talk about. We got a project I want to tell you guys about for the first time. Kent, are we good? We can talk about that, can't we?
Yeah, I think we can. No spoilers, though.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Am I in?
Yeah, we'll definitely.
You're in.
Is this me?
This is me. Is this you?
Yeah, am I in?
Yeah, you're in.
I had about 45 seconds to prepare for this.
You had all of 45 seconds. You lucky dog.
Yeah, we just need to see some ID, young man.
Yeah. I have to use my stupid gaming headphones for this, but I'm ready.
All right.
Josh, just get you a Post-it note and write you're officially over 13. And
right
there.
Does the dog have to squeak in it?
Now, Josh has had 2 live streams about this event.
I had a video and a live stream.
Video and live. I saw your video. I know you had a live stream, but you were doing some gaming as well, which...
yeah. Oh, yeah, I was talking about that a little bit. That's true.
But kids play games, Josh, so you can't do that anymore.
I know. Yeah, it's it really gets me fired up thinking about
this. Anyways, whatever. All right, so we'll kind of get into this thing. If you guys don't know, we got Greg Cook right there. There's Greg. Kent's down there, and Josh is over there, somewhere over there. So yeah, we all have been in this YouTube game for a minute or two, and we got some thoughts on this thing. I have about 2 months ago when this whole thing dropped out. Maybe it's been 3 months. People were just bombing my inbox. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? And I told every one of them. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna wait and see. I'm gonna just, being upset for 4 months is not. I wasn't really interested in that. Or being misinformed or whatever. I didn't want to do that for many months and then scare people out and freak. I didn't want to do that. So I kind of waited, and I've watched several videos. Josh is included in some other ones. I've watched other YouTubers who have been doing this for way longer than me, and kind of what they're doing, and I have opinions one way or the other on that. But this whole thing with COPPA, the Child's Online Privacy Protection Act. Just to break it down, like in the simplest form that from what I understand it. And I don't claim to be a very smart fella, but I collect action figures, so that'll tell you something. YouTube essentially has been gathering data, browsing data, search data, activity data on kids under the age of 13 forever and ever and ever. And they were taking that data and they were using it to sell to advertisers to promote their advertising products and put commercials out in front on these videos that they knew kids were watching to sell products, to collect advertising dollars to pass on to the kids. They got caught, and the government just said you can't do that no more. So Bella, can you not? Hey. Can you not eat my Ewok backpack? That would be amazing. She's literally going to eat my Ewok backpack. That is not cool.
Yeah.
Bella, come on.
Feeling the show.
I'm telling you, she's not over the age. Stop eating my backpack. This is real, people. this is real life. YouTube. So the government goes on there and says, hey, you can't do this anymore, and we're going to give you like $150 million fine or something like that. Something silly. And I'll be honest with you, to Google and YouTube, $150 million is like just coffee money in the morning. That's nothing. They drop that much at Starbucks having their little team chants. I mean, there's nothing for that. In fact, they have billions of dollars on hand for legal fees just for this type of stuff. Apple's the same way. Microsoft, they all have money on the side for this kind of stuff. And all they were doing was playing, how long can we get away with this? That's the game they were playing. So they got away with it for a number of years. They made a boatload of money. I guarantee you they made more than $150 million that, this fee thing that was going on. And then they said, you know what? It's not really our fault. It's the creator's fault. And we're going to pass this on down to them. And we're kind of just going to say, you know what? We're putting our hands up. It's on the creator. And if the creator marks their stuff as for kids, then there's going to be some consequences, so they don't have all this stuff going on. And it's been an interesting thing. So you guys correct me if I'm wrong. If you mark something as for kids, there's some consequences. One of them being no targeted ads on that video. There will be ads, there just won't be targeted ads, and they will pay less money for it. So that's one. Two, the comment section's turned off, which is interesting because I don't know why a kid can't participate in a discussion or whatever. Three, the likes, dislike thing I think is turned off. The notifications are turned off even if they're subscribers, which is stupid because to have a YouTube account, you're supposed to check that you're 13 or over.
Yeah.
Right? So that makes no sense to me whatsoever. Because a non-subscriber, you have to have an account to subscribe, and if you're not subscribed, you wouldn't get notifications anyways. Right. I don't know. That's weird. Right. No community tab, which I think is an underused thing anyways. Not really. That's not a big loss for me. And I think they turned off live streaming.
I would assume that they're getting rid of all of that stuff so said channel can't do any sort of back-end advertising.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, can't post links in the community tab, can't, like, live stream and say, hey, look at this, buy this, click this link type of thing. I mean, granted, you could probably say it in the video, but then you risk getting the video taken down, possibly like a strike or something.
Right. Oh, they turn off the cards and the end screens.
Yeah, and I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
I barely use it as it is, let alone getting it removed. I mean, I never thought of it as like a big deal, but I guess that can link to other things, so I guess it makes sense.
It's if you link to playlists and stuff like that, it's helpful in keeping watch time and that kind of stuff. But it's it turned out, and there's probably some other things in there. But the problem is they've passed it on to us, and the rules for what qualifies as for kids is so vague.
Yeah.
So vague, and that's my major problem with it. It's vague.
They're going to have to redo the guidelines or something, because I mean it's not going to fly at all. I don't think so.
So it talks about characters. If it's a character, if it's a toy, if you talk any childlike manner, if your presentation is childlike.
Yeah.
The funny thing about it is though, there's actually if you go to the YouTube help and read what they have is different than what was said with COPPA. It's sort of similar, but it's different because according to YouTube Help Center, children are children characters, popular children programming or animated characters,
Poems,
play acting
Poems.
or stories using children's toys.
Right.
Yeah.
Engaging in common natural play patterns like play acting or imaginative play or popular children's songs, poems, or stories. So you already have two different things that are sort of the same but different. Now, what I found funny, and I don't know if you guys have done this, so one of the things I've done is I went straight to the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission for children's products, and they basically have a really good thing in here, and it talks about 13 and under. Now the cool thing about it, there's a lot of reading here, so I'm just going to go down here to the thing here. So some of the things for children 12 years of age and younger, basically boil down to 4 factors: the embellishments and decorations. That of course depends on the individual circumstances. Small sizing of products that are uncomfortable for average adults. Exaggerated features, large buttons, bright indicators, safety features, colors, pinks, blues, bright colors, animals, insects, small vehicles, alphabets, dolls, clowns, and puppets, and play value, which is a feature primarily attractive to 12 years old and younger. So, like, it has to have whimsical activities.
Right.
So when you go over to the actual Consumer Product Safety Commission and read what their rules are for 13 years and under to sell a toy, okay, that's completely different than what you read with COPPA or what's going on over the last 72 hours. So it's like you have 3 or 4 different sets of rules from 3 or 4 different organizations. YouTube has their own, COPPA has their own, the Product Safety Commission has their own. So it's like, all right, guys, which one are you going to get me on?
Right.
Because that doesn't make any noises. It's not pink and brightly colored. And
or oversized features.
It's not oversized, and it is very comfortable in my hand.
Well, what do you got there, Greg? Is that a collectible?
This is a high-end. I mean, it's a collectible, guys. This thing is. I mean, look. I mean, this thing hadn't even been open. It's factory sealed with tape.
It is in a presentation box.
Yes.
Yeah, I got that. Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna throw. I don't think anybody's talked about this, but I'm gonna throw this out there, and I might get a bunch of hate for this, but whatever. I'm throwing it out there on the table. The government Okay, this is government conspiracy for you guys, and I'm sitting here thinking about this thing. If you go to a public school, elementary school, 12 and under, like 12 to freaking first grade, kindergarten, right?
Easier.
They are teaching way worse stuff than what they're trying to stop from being on YouTube. And I'm talking about way more adult-oriented topics are being taught in school than what they're trying to ban the kids from watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's definitely worse than that Geico commercial that shows up on my videos.
It's crazy. Yeah, right. It's crazy. It doesn't. There's no. And this is the problem when government gets too involved in stuff. But it's completely silly. It's completely silly. I don't. And you know, where is the line? Because like I said, they have regular rules or guidelines. But when it comes down to it, whoever that enforcer is, the administrator, whoever decides to click the button and say, "Screw you, I want my money." That person of the government, it's their opinion. That's it.
Yeah.
It's their opinion.
Yeah.
And it could be that, hey, I went out to Spencer's today and I bought a Spider-Man shot glass, right? And because it has Spider-Man on it, it's for kids.
It is. Technically, if you read the letters of the stipulations and everything, it's an animated character.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's considered a toy.
Right.
Yeah, they definitely
exactly.
they definitely need to redo it. And I know I said this last night on the stream, so I won't try to speak too much. I really just wanted to kind of get your guys' view and actually articulate some of my words. But I think I watched a video yesterday, and Greg, it's the one that I sent you in your chat during your therapy. I don't know if you watched it or if you heard me talk about it last night while you're on, but
yeah,
I honestly think that this is going to be worse for kids than it's going to be better, because everything I see is people talking about, oh, well, just make your content not for kids. Like, start the first 30 seconds with either a silly disclaimer or start cussing more or put alcohol in your thumbnail and stuff. I mean, it's just like people who say that stuff like and actually mean it are not the type of people we should take advice from, because kids are going to watch it regardless.
I agree.
And I mean, like everyone has said, well, why don't parents parent their kids better? But I mean, how many times have, like, I remember when I was under 18 and I was going to buy a video game that was mature and 18 and up, and I still bought it. You know, I mean it was still accessible.
You went into an R-rated movie and you were
yeah,
under
exactly.
Right.
So it's like things are going to happen, and I just I feel like they're trying to make kind of I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess they're trying to punish bigger people to have the fear trickle down.
Yeah. Well,
I don't believe anybody in this chat would ever get the $42,000 fine, but it's definitely scary enough to reconsider what we're doing, because none of what we're publishing is worth $42,000.
No. Well,
I was talking to a friend of mine who has a channel, a kids channel. They have 8 million subs.
Yeah.
Okay, and I talk to this person on a regular basis. Pretty cool person. 8 million subs, 100% dedicated to kids. No question about it. It's a kids channel. And their content is now, if you search for it, you ain't finding it. It's buried. The comment section's turned off. The likes there's no suggested videos. There's no links. There's no cards. There's no end screens. No none of that. And you can figure now with 8 million subs, this is clearly a career. This isn't a hobby. And you can imagine the income impact that's going to have. Significant impact. And we're talking like 50 million views last month, I think, is what they had. Yeah. Now, one day I hope to have 50 million views ever, but 1 month, that's
were there comments and everything turned off last month, or did this just happen like within the last couple of days where the algorithm kicked in?
When the algorithm kicked in, yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they're definitely going to feel it now. And speaking of income, I don't know. I don't think any of you guys were on it, but I made a bold decision, and I transparently showed my revenue analytics page to my chat last night and showed them literally dollar for dollar how much I made on YouTube.
You millionaire.
30 months. So I made to not, because we haven't gotten paid this month for November. So leading up to this, I've made $11,000 on YouTube since I started almost 3 years ago. So this coming April in 2020 will be 3 years. And the main reason why I decided to do that is, one, I've always been transparent since I started, and two, I am just literally to the point of like lashing out on people. I am so frustrated at everybody attacking every creator who has mentioned a Patreon or who has a Patreon, because they're like, oh, now everybody's scrambling because they're in it for the money. I'm like, listen, $11,000 divided by 30 months is $330 something a month.
Right.
If you think that is impacting my life so much to where I am frantically trying to scrounge up money to continue YouTube, it's a joke. I spend more than $330 on Chipotle in a month. Let alone everything with toys and going to conventions and traveling and paying for my computer and camera through a Best Buy credit card every month, because when I started making money on YouTube, I took out a credit card from Best Buy so I could just pay everything through the AdSense and not through my actual real life money.
Right.
And everyone was like, oh, wow. I'm like, yes, we don't make as much as people think.
Oh, I have no idea.
Like, no, 300 and some. I mean, there's been some months I brought home like I think it was $889 was my highest month after tax.
Yeah.
But I only hit that for 2 months in a row, then it dipped back down to like 400.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to show people.
I'm happy with my measly C note.
Magoo, thanks for the donation to the fine. I appreciate it. Here's the problem. Here's the problem, Magoo. I very much appreciate it. But YouTube's going to take 40% of that $5.
Up front and then behind you.
I do appreciate it, Ollie.
40 days. But anyways,
yeah.
But I'll shut up after this. But I didn't want to say that number to flaunt or to be like, look how much I've made. It's just literally to be transparent, because the reason why people are starting a Patreon are like you, Ryan, who have had a Patreon for a couple of months.
Yeah.
It's literally to help us keep the content at this level and to keep increasing it. Because it's literally not anything to buy a toy. Like, we're buying toys and collectibles and everything with our money or like set aside money that we've made through selling stuff.
Yep.
So if all that AdSense goes away, hypothetically, the channel is either going to stay the same or get worse.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Well, for me, my collection pays for my collecting at this stage.
Yeah.
Like, I've essentially, for the most part, spent all the money I'm going to spend on my collection, and now it's just like trading pieces. Like, I'll sell something, go buy something. I sold a bunch of Funko Pops. I bought a statue. I've sold some Hot Toys here recently. I bought another statue, and it's just we're trading figures. Essentially, is all I'm doing.
Yeah, it's dollars for dollars.
That's all it is. Which is interesting because people hate that too, but that's another topic. But as far as what we're doing, what I'm doing, I'll be transparent with it all. If YouTube could pay for my collecting hobby, that's fantastic. I'm all about it. Like, no question. Some months it does, some months it does not. I mean, I just flat, like this month in October, it way did not.
Yeah, views have been bad the past couple of months, honestly.
Sideshow kicked me in the nuts last month with all the pre-orders that had come in. I mean, it was rough.
That was user error.
It was rough, man. I was like, whoa! And then I bought 2 statues, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. But that's how it goes. But so it definitely didn't cover that. But I will tell you, there are months where you'll make more, and some you'll, like last month was garbage. I'm just flat out just garbage. I don't think, for me, where I'm at, and we've been talking about this quite a few over the past few days. I'm not really terribly concerned with my channel being, say, hey, look, you're kid directed. You're making, like, my demographic is not kids, not even close. My content is not geared towards kids. The only thing they could possibly get me on is Star Wars, Marvel characters. I mean, that's the only thing they get me on.
But that's the thing, though. There's nothing been specifically said in relationship to character naming.
Right.
And when you go back and start looking at a lot of the verbiage, again, it's going over to the products people, and you look at their verbiage. And I really do, and I'll definitely that is definitely a good read, because before you can get a product on the market, it has to pass these guidelines.
Sure.
For this age group. So in my, like I said, when I read this and I'm going, okay, and I look around in my collection, I can't even put Funko Pops in this category.
It literally is a collectible though. It's not a toy. You don't play with a pop. It's a collectible. I
have yet to see a Fisher Price PPG variant.
They got, well, I don't know, Legos, man.
Give Funko enough time.
Yeah. Well, let me throw this out there at you, because I decided to do something. Like all you guys have been watching the videos and we've been chatting and blah blah blah. So I came home last night, and whenever things bother me, it's pretty easy for Kim to figure out there's something wrong with me. So Friday night I was like, I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'm good.
Right.
Last night, she pretty much did let me get away with saying I'm good. So I sort of give her the 30,000-foot view. But instead of me going in and explaining it, I brought up some videos. I brought up Daryl E's video, because he actually has the FTC guy on there and a couple other stuff. And I actually brought up the YouTube video with what's her name that should not be talking on camera. And I just let her watch. Right. That's all I did. I didn't say a word. I just let her watch. And her response was, it actually was pretty neat. It's like, she goes, okay, so I guess YouTube's going out of business. And I was like, well, explain yourself. And she goes, everything on YouTube, it could be considered for kids. Music videos, games, fishing, hunting, car mechanics, everything on YouTube can be watched by a kid.
Right.
13 years and under. So for them to be targeting is sort of asinine in a way, because if you're a content creator, I mean, I know Ryan, me and you watch Peter McKinnon a lot.
Yep.
Pretty much religiously.
Yep.
Guess what? His videos could be falling for kids.
Because
there's kids out there that are 12 years old that love photography. And they might idolize Peter McKinnon because he's awesome, which he is.
So, I think in our community, though, in the community we kind of connect with, and our small little nugget of YouTube, which is very small. Yeah. This it is our world, The only person I can think of that could possibly have an issue with this is Top Pops. That's the only person I can think of in our community, because his content is absolutely directed towards kids, like no question. His demographic is kids. Yep. I could see him, and he's got a large enough footprint to be noticed.
I would be curious to see if he's been flagged on any videos.
Yeah. I don't know, but I hope he's not. I hope hope it's not.
He's still dropping videos.
Oh, I don't think he'll stop with that. But I can see that I can see him running into an issue, because his content is definitely not for adults. It's for younger people.
I agree.
So I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. Like for Josh's content, and here's the bad part. Josh, you mentioned this earlier. It's like you feel like you can't have your kids in the video anymore. Right. Which is complete garbage in my opinion. I just
yeah.
Why they would rather watch have cable TV where they got 17 desperate housewives and whatever, just garbage on TV, rather than having somebody like you taking his family out buying toys.
Right.
I mean, that's crazy. That's just
no, it is.
I thought the same thing, because I've had Jasmine in some of my videos.
Yeah,
and so I related when Josh was talking about. I thought, wow, because at the time Jasmine was in my video, she was 12.
Right.
And what I find funny is bless her heart, God love her. She's like, hey Poppy, I'm gonna get all my friends to subscribe to your YouTube channel, and she said that like a year ago.
Yeah.
Year and a half ago, and literally they were all like, why? I mean, she came to me. She said, Poppy, I'm really, really sorry, but none of my friends wanted to subscribe to your YouTube channel because they said you're old.
You passed the test, Greg.
Right?
But that, I didn't at the time. I just laughed, you know. But now in retrospect, when I think about it, she's absolutely right. There's nothing appealing about myself and you and Josh and Kent and Top Pops. The age is a factor.
It is.
That really does play into what draws people to a channel as well.
Right.
You know? I mean, it just is.
Well, it's not that, but it's the actual content. It's the how the content is presented.
Yeah.
Like, in other words, a higher pitched voice, a playful, whimsical, like you said, whimsical attitude. Games.
What's up?
Games are a big deal. Playing games, that kind of deal.
The gaming community is done.
Yeah.
That is all kids.
Yeah, I mean, Fortnite. Kids. Bye.
Well, I can't tell you how many times I've been brutally verbally attacked back when I was playing, Call of Duty by 12-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
So, and if you look at Twitch, gaming Twitch, it's all.
Yeah.
And, and it's funny because, like, we've all been thinking about, talking about the Vimeo thing, and people talk about doing it on Facebook Live and Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And the thing about it is, though, this isn't just going to affect YouTube. All outlets, I think, at some point are going to feel this. So if you switch from one to another, at some point, it's going to be like a repeat unless a lot of this stuff, and I think that's where we're going to see revisions, and we're going to see a more logical set of rules.
Or just an update, like a 2019 version, because wasn't this back in like 98 when they first, and then I think it kicked in, I think 2000 was when it actually like went into effect.
Right, yeah. 2010 maybe. Something like that. Yeah, and here's the problem, and we were talking about Top Pops is here. What's up, Tristan? And he said on here something, his demographics are different than what
18 and plus.
18 plus, right. And here's the problem with that. And again, like I said, I hope you're not affected by this, Tristan, but the demographics on your view count are irrelevant. It's irrelevant. They don't care because if in order to have a subscriber, in order to have a subscription or whatever, you have to have a YouTube account. And in order to create a YouTube account, you have to check that you're 13 or over.
Which to me, that automatically takes you out of the picture, because if you lie, like Jasmine, my granddaughter has a YouTube account.
Mm-hmm.
She's had a YouTube account way before. She's not old enough to have a YouTube account.
Oh, I see 3-year-olds on YouTube on their parents' phones just binge watching stuff.
Yep.
I had a.
You think the 3-year-old created a Gmail account and signed up for YouTube?
Yeah.
They might have. I don't know.
I had someone that actually won something on the toy wheel months ago, or it was either a giveaway when we were all together or something, but he had to get permission from his parents, and his parents, and he came back to me. He's like, "No, man, it's okay. My dad didn't want to give out my address."
Right. So that demographic line on your analytics is irrelevant in this case. It don't matter.
Yep.
What matters here is
everybody's over 18.
It doesn't matter. The what matters here is the content and how it's delivered and that kind of stuff. And it sucks. It's so gray that it just sucks all the way around.
Oh, it ain't even neutral gray. It's a gray that ain't even on the map yet.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. And like I said, I don't see me being affected by it. I don't see Greg. I don't see Josh being affected by it, or Kent. I don't see us being affected by it, in my opinion. So I don't have any current plans to jump ship. I guess that's what I'm saying. I don't have any plans to do that.
When I talked to Kim about it last night, because all you guys knows I'm a video uploading freaking crazy man, and I mean I've got 700 videos right now, I think. And in case everybody's curious, that's $2.9 million of fines.
In fines.
And when I talked to Kim about this last night, I fully expected her to go, "It's time to quit."
Right.
I mean, I already had it in my brain, and I think that's the reason why I didn't mention it Friday, because I didn't want to hear that.
Right.
But she literally surprised me. She did not tell me to stop. She told me that what I'm doing has made an impact, not only in the community, but with me. And she said, we'll see what happens. And I was like, wow. And I showed her page, because I've already got a Patreon set up. I mean, I haven't threw it out there yet. And because I'm going through the same thing Josh was talking about. But then Kim told me, she goes, well, then why are we paying for Netflix? I said, what do you mean? And she goes, well, you pay for a streaming service. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, why did you just order Disney Plus? I'm like, whoa. That's Mandalorian territory. Don't be talking about that. She goes, and she made a good point. She goes, well, what you guys do is similar to what streaming services do. It's just you only have one kind of content.
Right.
You know, you don't have 26 different things. So going to like Josh, what you was talking about last night about, you know, I go through the same thing. It's like, oh my God, how do I even sell? But it's through their app, I do believe. That's $800 a year. Josh just stuck himself with a...
Yeah, I did.
but you know, that's $800 a year. You know, that's $79 a month.
Right.
And you know, that's a pretty good chunk of money going out.
Month one, you can upload 5 gig a week or 250 gigs per year.
Yeah, and that's the thing, per year. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of my videos average a gig.
Yeah. Especially like Ryan, I know he's shooting higher. Well, he's shooting 4K.
A lot of the times 4K, yeah.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah. We had a glitch. My OBS, just so you guys were wondering, my OBS died, so I just restarted it. So we're just gonna keep going, but it's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
You're still on.
Yeah, it's still good. It'll just pick up wherever it stopped.
Robert Breaks YouTube said, Kava found you guys. Now, one thing I want to say is, Kava, I'm 100% on board with that protection. I'm 100% on board with that. I know we do need to have things in place to protect our children.
Right.
I'm fully on board with that. But I'm also on board with the fact that, unfortunately, and I think, Josh, you talked about this on your live stream last night, we live in an age now, you know, of YouTube's a babysitter.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. You know,
yeah.
I see more kids with cell phones and tablets that just has videos playing just to keep the child occupied.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
And
speaking of,
don't get me
I'm
wrong.
gonna hit timeout button here. I'm gonna do a plug. Can I do that? We got 230 something, whatever people here, whatever it is.
What?
Yeah, we got a couple people here. So I want to throw this out there. So I released a video earlier today, and maybe one of the mods can grab the link.
That's a good video, by the way.
Thank you. I created the video earlier. What we're doing, I created a PayPal account specifically. It's called Jedha's Toy Patrol. And what we're doing is we're raising funds from now until, I don't know, December 10th or so, somewhere in that ballpark. If you want, you can donate to this account. And what we're going to do is we're going to take all the money in that account and we're going to go buy toys and donate them to either Toys for Tots, Samaritan's Purse, Children's Hospital, wherever. And we're going to do all that. So if you would like to donate to that, that would be awesome. Whether it's $1 or $10 or $1,000 or whatever you want to do. We're going to make a huge hunt video.
Drop the link in there.
Yeah, Kent and I are going to go make a huge hunt video, go on a shopping spree for toys and donate them to some kids.
Right.
So if you'd like to participate in that, one of the mods will drop a link. If they can't find the link, it's in the video I dropped earlier today. So anyways, I figured we had a couple hundred people here. I should tell somebody.
It's I dropped it in there and Medic dropped it in there.
Thank you. So anyways,
that's good though. And I did like the fact that you threw it back out there to the community to put in the comments types of toys.
Yeah. And I got one message that said, "Make sure you buy girls' toys." And I'm going, "Yes, I will buy."
I was thinking the same thing when I was watching that, because I was watching it. I think on my way to the mountains today, and I was like, Yeah, you gotta get some girls toys.
I'm gonna buy all Star Wars action figures or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know what we're gonna do.
I just like the fact that you walked over to the Frozen section.
I would like to talk about this. So the compensate. I would like to talk about Patreon because I know Josh has struggled with this. I know Greg has struggled with this Patreon thing. Kent will struggle with it. Maybe he has struggled. I don't know. The Patreon thing. There is a stigma amongst a certain group. I don't even know why. I have no idea. That says that because you are on YouTube, that you should not earn any money and you should not ask for donations. People who want to support you, you should not give them the opportunity to support you. Let me throw this out here. I think that's complete garbage. Absolute garbage. Why? Who would not want to be able to do something they really enjoy and earn a living for it, or at least earn some income for it? Who would not want to do that? Like, why would you feel the need to troll somebody's post, troll somebody's video, troll somebody's Facebook group, whatever it is, because they are trying to live out their dream of doing something they love to do and earn some money doing it? Literally, that is the American dream. Do what you love to do, earn money doing it, do it well, and provide a service to other people. That's the American dream. And there's people out there that want to crap on that. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I got any people like that, y'all can go fly a kite, because I ain't got time for that. And you know, I just don't. I know Josh has struggled with this a little bit. He had a troll in his group. I'm sure I've got my own set of trolls. I know they're out there, but I got a problem with that, and I don't know if it's because it's the businessman side of me that says no, you should earn what you're worth. I know how much. I'm just looking at gear. I'm sitting right here. Kent's been in here. He knows how much gear I have, and it wasn't free. I didn't go rob somebody to get it. I had to pay for it. Not only that, but I know the hours of work I put into this. I know the hours of editing, the hours of live streaming, the hours of going out to do stuff that doesn't even make it on the channel. I don't know. If you want to troll me, you can go fly a kite. That's my thoughts on it. But Josh, you've had your fun with this, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it's
yeah.
I can see both sides of the coin.
I don't see both sides at all.
No. I mean, I can see both sides as far as not on the troll part, but on the Patreon's part of it, but also oh crap, how do I do this? How do I, because it is one of those things to where it's like, I mean, I can't speak for. I mean, I'm a proud alpha male,
right?
You'd get a better chance of taking a knife and cutting my arm off before I'd ask you for anything. That's just me, And I mean, even when someone throws me super chats, I'm just like, I mean, wow, But my thing is like, what can I? And I've had people message me, and they're like, I know, Josh, you've gotten the positive stuff of it, and Brian, you get it, Kent gets it. I mean, I've had people just message me like crazy on Instagram and everything else. Man, go over where you go. We'll support you. Don't worry about blah, blah, blah. But again, there's still that inherent nagging thing that pops up every once in a while. But again, going back to what you were saying about the business part of it, I truly don't think a lot of people truly understand what is going on behind the scenes. Now, a good example, so I did a completely different video that's going to drop this week, and I might get maybe 4 or 5 views out of it. Maybe, hopefully, you guys will watch it, and the people in the chat will watch it. This is
Pass. Is it for kids? I'm not watching it.
It is completely non-toy related.
Right.
It's a photography vlog. I went out today, and I just shot a vlog. And
those are tough to do, aren't they?
They are very tough. But
yes.
just
That's why I've only done 2.
Some backstory on this. I drove 6 hours round trip for this 10-minute video, plus spent an hour and a half on site at one location and an hour at another. You know.
Is that what you posted on Instagram today?
Yeah, train.
Yeah, the sign.
In the prison.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun. But it was something that I truly enjoyed. I honestly wanted to do to get my mind off of this stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't you being awful quiet over there?
Super chats, like, people, you're awesome for doing super chats, but to be honest, what a waste of money. Like, it's awesome of you to show your support, but most of that's going to YouTube. So if you really want to support a channel, get on their Patreon and help them out there, because that's going to be money into a creator's budget where they can actually put it into some equipment, put it into items for you to see. So is as sweet as it is to see those super chats, and very grateful. There's better ways for you to support channels.
It's true. Josh gets probably the most super chats of anybody I've seen, and Josh, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
I would, and I think I'm for you, man. We all know the effort put in here to do this, because none of us want to do this at a subpar level, like nobody. And so we're all stepping up our game. We kind of all push ourselves, and it's just one of those things. And it's tough. It's tough to do all that stuff, but
it's so much fun.
It is. That's why we do it. I'm telling you, right? If I wasn't having fun, there ain't no way I'd spend all the hours doing this.
Look, I'm telling you,
ain't no way. No way.
There is. I mean, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to admit this. I sit down there last night. And I got pretty emotional last night talking to Kim. Kim can bring it out of me. And she's like, she understands that this is something more. And she reads all the letters. She reads the comments. She reads all the stuff. And Josh, you brought out your big box of letters and stuff. And I'm not going to lie to you, brother. When you did that, there's a tear rolled up in my eye when you did that. So thank you very much.
I was low key. I was getting pretty emotional because I was texting Big Dub after the stream. And I was like, yo, like when I was reading all the letters and stuff, it sounded like like I was reminiscing through a book that I didn't want to close.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, I'm looking at mine right now. I've got piles. I have a wall, a rack, and I hang all of them up there. Just so I can visually see them all, like they're just displayed there. So anytime I get something up there, but and I'll every once in a while I'll grab one and just reread it or whatever, and it's.
Oh yeah, I
cool.
probably go through. I know last year I think I did like twice. I would get it out, and I literally I messaged everybody, and I think I even maybe messaged Greg or something. I know it was last year, and I just a quick thank you, like thanks for the support, because. I mean, honestly, and it's sad, there's a lot of people that I read, and I remember, like, the trade or the gift that they sent me, but I just don't hear or see them anymore, and it's just like, damn, wonder what happens to those people that rock with you so hard, and then it's just, like, out of nowhere, you're like, wait, where did this person go? Like, what did I do to where they don't want to watch my stuff anymore?
They changed their username. Fritzy Funko Greg says, don't cut yourself short, you're going to get 8 views on that vlog.
Yes.
So,
hey, I know one thing. I got to say this, Josh.
Yes.
Number one, you're really. I'm looking at all three of y'all's displays right now, and mine's still all Funko Pops behind me, pretty much. So I gotta change things around. It's obvious, Figure for figure, Josh. You and Kent. I mean, I know Kent's got you beat hands down, but. Man, I really love that photo at the top up there. That is an amazing piece of artwork right there.
So my Dragon Ball stuff, man.
Oh, that's funny.
That's my favorite thing in your whole collection there, Josh. It's awesome.
Oh, man, that's funny. Have you guys ever thought about creating your own platform and branding yourself as artists between creators? No, because I don't have the budget to compete with YouTube. No.
Did anyone else get the email from Megalopolis?
I didn't.
No, I'm not cool enough for that.
I got the email. I think what's his face? Fwoosh talked about it. It's let's see. I'll just breeze through it real quick. It sounds like they are making a subscription mobile streaming network for toy collecting fandom. It's a paid subscription upgrade for the Mega whatever mobile app. And they're in the startup phase. They're trying to have people invest.
Yeah. The problem with that is you got to re-educate it. Anytime you bring something like that into the marketplace, YouTube is the known entity, and it costs billions to re-educate and inform people on a global, even on a national scale, not even global scale, on a national scale, to inform people that, hey, this exists. And then on top of that, you want them to pay for you to get on there when YouTube's free. That's an uphill battle. I hope there, was some success, but from a business standpoint, they're going to need a lot of cash.
In my opinion, and I'm an IT guy.
Yeah.
And the infrastructure to do what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
The infrastructure, we're not even talking about in our houses right now.
Right.
We're talking, this is global infrastructure.
Yeah.
This is the minimum of a 5-year window.
Yeah.
Minimum. I mean, unless you get like a what's his name with SpaceX, drop you about $20 billion.
Oh my gosh, why can't I think of his name?
I just forgot his name.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, I mean, unless he writes you a check for $20 billion and gives you about 10,000 employees, I mean, this is it's big.
I just want to go on a quick thing real quick, and then I'll give the floor back to you guys. So I apologize, Ryan, for taking over.
No,
this,
you're good, man. You're good.
I talk too much sometimes. So
this is why we're here.
Before I even state this, anybody who is going to Vimeo or is approaching the Vimeo thing or whatever, this is no dig at any of those, and obviously including yourself, Greg. But I started one, and I instantly thought, I was like, I don't think this is the move. I think this is the rebound person breakup. Like, I think this is just a quick thing.
Yep.
Because, and I was talking to Big Dub about it, and the only reason why I'm mentioning him is he is like such a business mind guy. Like he articulates things to me to where I could never understand it without him. And we were talking after the stream last night, and I watched Chartemis's video. And have any of you guys watched his figure sale thing? I would assume not. Okay. No dig at Chartemis, but it was so sad and pathetic, and not pathetic in like a bashing type of way, but to see this guy who probably put all of his eggs in the YouTube basket of
everything. Yeah.
I have 500,000 subscribers, which is awesome. He's probably making good money before the adpocalypse because he was one of the first.
Oh yeah.
When that hit, I'm sure it took a toll, and I'm sure his revenue isn't the greatest as it should be, being a creator like that. But to see him literally just start picking stuff up and like, hey, I'm selling this for 40, selling this for 50. Me and JC, we're going to go to DC and talk to these people. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm in an alternate universe right now.
Right.
Like, I am watching people scramble for their almost lives. Or whatever. I don't think the only thing that's going to take YouTube away is YouTube. Like, there is no other video platform that is going to be able to, like Greg says, the infrastructure, and then having the creator pay to use it, is it going to outweigh everything? I mean, there's just so many things that I started thinking about, and that's cool. Like, I don't want anybody to not go to that platform if they want to, just because I said something or whatever. Like, since he's going to it, Fwoosh is there, like all those people, like that's great. But I think this will affect us in some sort of a way. I don't know if we're going to get fined the $42,000, but it might take away the algorithm for us. Who knows? Like, they could flat out say, okay, we're not going to fine you. We'll leave your comments. We'll leave all that, but we're never promoting your videos.
I felt like they didn't do that last month anyway, so I'm okay. I'm with you, man. I think Vimeo's it's like I was playing Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order the other day. And there was this ledge you had to jump over, and you had to grab onto this rope to get there. I feel like that Vimeo is like the rope, just so you don't fall in the pit. I don't think I think it's too soon. I've used Vimeo for business purposes in the past. There is no way your YouTube audience is going to Vimeo instead of YouTube on a regular basis. It just ain't gonna happen.
I actually had a Vimeo. I actually had a Vimeo way before this. Greg Cook aerial photography, when it's all my drone stuff. And honestly, I really thought it was going to be a really. Now I will say this for them: you do not get compression on your videos.
Yeah,
they're 100% the way you shot them. They're beautiful, beautiful video. I mean,
yep.
You shoot 4K, it showed in 4K.
Yeah.
But if you got to have an app or go to a website, and unless you're paying the $80 a month, and it's still not what we've got now. No. There's too many moving pieces now. Not gonna lie, I set up my another Vimeo for that, and I put up one video because it'd been forever since I used the other one. Literally ever. I've not used it, and that's because it didn't solve what I needed. YouTube did. So I put my drone videos on YouTube. But again, it's I think I can safely say as of right now, my channel's staying up. I mean, Josh, it looks like you're whispering to us.
I was trying to talk to Karina. The dog's jumping up and down on the couch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But to me, it's like I don't know about you guys. I'm sure you guys have seen it, because the last 72 hours, I've really watched a lot of YouTube, and it has pained me to see YouTubers that have 200 subscribers call it quits.
Right.
Yeah. What on earth are you quitting?
But the thing about it is, though, I mean, I watched the guy the other night that literally was crying on his video because he was so scared that this would happen. And and even when Cincy made his announcement that he was going to go over, I was like, what?
That one shocked me.
Yeah.
That one shocked me, honestly.
But I get it. I mean, it's the fear factor.
It is fear. It is fear.
It is. And don't get me wrong. Hey.
Yeah.
I told Kim last night, that's the thing that just keeps popping up in my head, is that 42K.
Yeah.
But the guy that I was listening to the other day, Gavin, I can't remember his name, but he's the one I sent in the link in our chat. But he basically said, look, this is at least 2 years. 2 years, and he's the guy that basically, Josh, you probably have watched this video, but he's the one that basically does YouTube videos about YouTube, and he has an advertising company, and they manage YouTube channels.
Yeah.
And he basically told all of his people came to them. I mean, I can't even imagine being at his business and his clients came to him. Oh crap, what are we going to do? And he's told all of his clients, he's like, okay, cool. If you're doing 2 videos a week, you're doing 4 now. If you're doing 4 videos a week, you're doing 6. He said, for the rest of the year, end of the year, make all the money you can, get all the views you can, get all the subs you can. And if this guy that actually makes his living running companies that could be affected by this, and he's telling them, hey, look, this is at least a 2-year window, and there's no other platform you can go to that's not going to be affected by this at some point.
Yeah. At some point, yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not going anywhere. We're here.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't. I don't know, because I know this is a thing that could hit any time, because from what I've read, it's obviously like YouTube gave us this access when we shouldn't have never had it, like the targeted ads thing and whatever. So YouTube kind of screwed the pooch for themselves and us. And I think like Mark was saying earlier in the chat, like this whole mark your channel safe, that's just YouTube's fail safe to where they're out of it if any
It
of us
is.
get hurt.
They're just saying we're hands off. It's not our problem.
Yeah. So I think the January 1, 2020, I think that's when I believe like their algorithm like really kicks in. Like it like is set, but I mean any of us could technically get hit right now.
Absolutely.
If we don't market. So that, I mean, that's a scary thing. And to me, it's just like, I don't really know what to do. Like, because I thought about completely demonetizing my channel, but ads can still run on your channel. You just don't get paid. YouTube gets paid.
Correct.
Right. Exactly.
But if I market safe for kids, then I can't even do something like live stream, which is how I would probably get revenue per se.
Right.
Is through the live streams. But then I'm like, well, how do I, like, I don't know. I don't even know what to do.
Dude.
I might just chill for a while, see how it goes.
Josh, I mean, this is, me and Ryan and Kent was actually talking about this, is like, if you look at the whole picture here, if I take Thing out, I can't even do a photography video on this.
Yeah, you can't do much.
You know? So it's like, I guess the way I'm looking at it is I'm gonna play it day by day.
Yep.
Now I'm still uploading videos. I'm still gonna be doing videos, and because I went through all of my videos, which I marked my channel not for kids.
Yep.
I went through every single one of my videos, which took forever. I wish you could display more than 50 at a time. I did find 4 that got copyrighted for music, and I'm like, what? No.
Oh, wow.
But none of I've not seen anything on any of my videos flagged.
Nothing.
Now,
It all got flagged.
here's the question I have for all 3 of you. So if you mark it safe, like not for kids, can the algorithm still flag a video? I've not seen any clear definition on that yet.
I think once January 1 rolls around, I think that's when we'll start seeing more stuff maybe get flagged.
And there will be
this
no
is just more of
appeals.
like a rollout. Yeah.
And I think that's when, honestly, when we probably need to really regroup.
Yeah,
once
that's when we
seeing
should
what the
really think.
algorithm does.
Yeah.
But it does. I mean, when I sit there, I mean, right now you pull up YouTube and just like if you literally just type in YouTube, there's so much stuff out there about COPPA. There's so much about people quitting YouTube. I even seen channels that had nothing to do with kids, and to be honest with you, have quit YouTube. They shut their channel down.
Yeah.
So going back to what Kim said last night, she goes, how can YouTube survive without content creators? And they can't. So at some point, there has to be some revisions here, or you could possibly lose 50% of your content creators.
I got a question for you guys. I'm going to throw this out there. Earlier I talked about a project that we're doing with Kent and Terry Smith. You guys know Terry, the How to Be a Poser guy, sideshow. We've kind of been working on the project, which we recorded yesterday, the first 2 episodes. We recorded the first 2 episodes yesterday morning. And we are doing, excuse me, and this kind of applies to what we're talking about here. We're recording a video podcast based on Star Wars. And we're doing an episode review on The Mandalorian right now. And then when The Mandalorian's done with, we're going to move over to Clone Wars. And there may be some other stuff in the mix of there. And what we're going to be doing is the first 2 episodes were done here. The future episodes, we're actually going into coffee shops, local coffee shops, not Starbucks and stuff like just local coffee shops. And we're going to set up videos, cameras, and lights and all this kind of stuff. And we're going to record a video podcast in coffee shops around the city. And we're going to talk about Star Wars. Now, definitely not geared towards children. By the way, those episodes are coming out this week. Just throwing that out there. But it's there's potential that could be a hiccup because it's dealing with Star Wars and Disney and whatever else, right?
That's a big gray area hiccup.
And so that's what I want to find out. We're going to do our thing we're going to make that regardless. Even if we make it audio and we throw it on iTunes for a podcast, we're going to do that regardless. We're probably going to do that anyways.
Right.
But I'm excited by that, by the way. Just throwing that out there. It's called Java Jawa Jaw. That's the name of it, by the way. It's pretty fun name.
I bet it took 4 hours to come up with that name.
Actually, Terry came up with that name, and I don't know how long it took him to come up with that name.
The only thing I know is you guys were completely off the grid for like 18 hours yesterday.
Oh yeah.
No chats, no nothing.
We were busy, man.
Like,
it was great.
We've already had the creative juices have overflowed. The dam is busted, and the thing has changed 26 times now.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, we've been working on this thing for about a month or so, just kind of logistics of this stuff. So we're having to go out and contact the coffee shop owners to get permission to record in there and the whole thing. And you know, we want to feature the coffee shop and talk about Star Wars. And of course, we were waiting on the Mandalorian to drop. But we got episode 1 and 2 done. We're doing episode 3 this coming Saturday. So though episode 1 and 2 will drop on my channel sometime this week. So sooner rather than later. So if you were wondering what we're going to talk about Mandalorian stuff, the answer is yes. We'll have some guest footage on there as well. But because we haven't really talked about it, so no spoilers yet. Just throwing it out there. But I'm a little concerned about that as far as the Disney Star Wars reference. But we're just gonna roll on. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited about that. So
that's the thing. I think if I can put one point out there, and you know, I'm gonna use Josh as a reference here because, you know, Josh is one of the people that actually really got me into this. He was pretty much one of the first people that I even talked to, you know, when it comes to, you know, toys and stuff. But, you know, you could obviously see a lot of emotion on everybody's faces right now, you know, when they're making these videos. And the one thing I think we all need to keep doing is, just like, you know, Kim told me last night, she goes, this is something you love to do. This is something that gives you joy in your life. Just keep doing it until you know more answers.
Yeah.
You know, and like we talked about earlier about people jumping the ship and, you know, boom, you know, I'm scared. Yeah, we're all scared. I think that's the common denominator now. I mean, all of our videos could be, hey, this is the toy hunt I went on and I'm really scared. I mean, you can put I'm really scared in every title and, you know, get away with it. But at the end of the day, you know, as content creators, I know me personally, I know you guys have experienced the same thing. I met a young man yesterday, David, and he bought some Christmas cards from me, and he actually brought me a pop and had it wrapped for me and everything. And he sat there and told me about, you know, he has anxiety disorders. And watching my videos helps him with his anxiety disorders. And I'm like, wow, you know, I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, if I quit, and I know this probably sounds egotistical, and I don't mean it that way, but what's going to happen to David?
Yep.
You know, and I don't want to quit on him. And that's sort of the way I'm trying to look at it right now. And I did like Josh did. I went through some cards and letters, and I save every single message I get on Instagram. My Instagram is so full; it's so hard for me to find previous things.
You usually take screenshots and move them to a folder, man.
I need to. I mean, I need to know an IT guy that would, you know, do this.
Right, exactly. I worry about Josh because I know if I quit, Josh he's going to be like, what am I going to do with my 24 hours in a day? I can't watch Ryan's videos all day long on repeat. I know it's going to happen.
Vice versa, if I quit, you guys.
Exactly. I won't. No, you're the only channel I'll sub to, Josh.
We could always find us an island somewhere in a different, you know, place in the world and just call it, you know,
exactly,
toy hunting island.
Well, let's.
You have to pay to ship all my toys there, though.
Exactly. I want to kind of wrap this up. Takeaways. What's your takeaways? Positive, negative, afraid, not afraid? What do you want to? What's your takeaways from this?
I need help with my Patreon. The biggest thing that's slowing me down with Patreon is I don't know how much to set my bathwater subgroup at. If y'all in the comments want to tell me how much you want to pay for some bath water and be part of that. That for the Patreon. I'm golden. You get the same Kent Pool live no matter what.
Goodness gracious.
Oh God.
Some bath water. That was
you're gonna get exclusive selfies from Kimble.
Shirt on. Hey,
I'm sure there's already a Patreon with that kind of content. If I had to guess, I'm sure there are.
I'm just saying, if
100%.
you get Kent's highest tier level,
yeah,
there will not be a shirt on. That's all.
Nah, you went the opposite. You actually have to pay to get the shirts on.
Oh, God.
I mean, $100 tiers to get a shirt on the Patreon.
Oh man, that's crazy. I'm going for the free tier. All right, Josh, what's your takeaways, buddy? I know you talked about this quite a lot, but what do you want to take away from this?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm still. I still feel like it's not real. Like I feel like I know it's very real, and honestly, a week ago, I didn't think that it was this serious. Because when I first heard about it, I thought YouTube was implementing this stuff. I didn't know it was the actual government and like an act or whatever the COPPA thing's called. So I'm kind of neutral on it, man. Like I'm scared because I don't want to not do videos, and I'm trying to find a way how I can still do what I want to do without screwing myself over. Because honestly, like, and not to be long-winded about this, but say like I mark my channel as for kids, I literally lose every sort of communication with the people that I want to talk to. So it's kind of hard for people in the audience or the society to say, oh, well, just mark it safe for kids. It doesn't matter. If you don't care about money, then what are you losing? I'm like, well, I'm losing a lot.
Yeah, you lose a lot.
I mean, more than the money.
So here's the idea. Somebody creates an app that has a comment section that embeds YouTube videos on it. So the comments are still there. I mean, the comment section is a big deal in the communication.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, I would rate it comments, then live stream, and then the community tab for the top three that I would hate to lose.
If they left the comment section alone, it'd probably be less drama in the toy community.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I mean, we could always say, hey, go to our Facebook pages, but then you get the 8 out of 10 people are like, I don't use Facebook. It's like,
exactly.
All right, well,
Facebook's for old people. I don't go there.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
But yeah, I'm 50-50 on it. I still don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm continuing this or not, but I'm just I'm going to go along for the ride until January 1.
Boom. And we will continue watching your videos. Greg?
I'm right there with Josh. You know, it's I thought hard and long about it on my driving today. Spent a lot of time by myself in the car, and at the end of the day, I still don't have enough answers, and I'm going to keep doing videos. I mean, I've got ones lined up for this week already. I mean, I've got things I'm planning on doing. Now, again, if they just, I mean, I'll be 100%. I'm gonna use Josh's favorite phrase over the last 72 hours: transparent. If they took the ads completely away from my channel, like I made no money, but everything else was the same, I would be happy.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
100%.
Yeah.
I would be happy.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
You can have my $100. I mean, you can have it. I mean,
it's kind of gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt me a little more, but I'm with you. I would, yeah.
Because to me, I've been sitting here like looking at the chat and it's just, oh my God, that's what this is about for me right there.
Yep.
I mean, my God, Saturday when I hit 100 people on my live stream on Saturday morning, me and Matthias was flipping our lids out. We were like 97, 98. I mean, holy crap! I mean, that was the greatest thing that's happened this month.
Right.
And that's community.
It is very cool. Well, I'm going to play the wait and see game. That's kind of where I'm going to be right now. I have no intentions. I'm with Greg. I think if they just killed the monetization on the channel and they left all the other stuff, I would keep doing this. I don't think there's any problem.
Oh.
There's other ways to. I'll be quite honest with you. Sponsor videos pay way more than YouTube AdSense. I mean, they. I mean, it's not even close. Yep. So I would just look for ways to do that to replace that revenue, which I don't think would be very difficult to do. But the community part is the big. YouTube works because it is a community. That's why it works. And without that, it's garbage. It's just it might as well be, I don't know, freaking MySpace or something. I don't know, but maybe MySpace comes back. Kent suggested that earlier. MySpace comes back.
Let me tell you how many times I comment on a Peter McKinnon video and hoping that he'll reply back and go, "That was great, Greg."
He's too busy making coffee.
I know, but that's the thing though. It is. Everything about this is so community driven, and I'll be honest with you, and the folks in the chat, if people would get along as good as they do in this community as a whole,
right,
this planet would be a whole heck of a lot better place. I mean, straight up. I mean, we're. I think I can safely say this, that 99% of the toy community, collecting community, is awesome. I mean, we do have that 1%. You know,
we all got the trolls. It's fine.
But at the end of the day, though, it's just a great place to communicate with people and hang out with people and meet people. And I mean, it's weird because you and Ryan know, like Kim talks about, hey, your boys is calling. She'll hear my phone go off. She goes, hey, your boys are calling. Because we talk every day. And so yeah.
All right.
I'm just wait it out.
Well, in the meantime, I have a ridiculous Star Wars haul video coming for you guys. 2 Mandalorian episodes of Jawa Jaw with Kent, myself, and Terry Smith. Stay tuned for that. Including some exclusive merch, some T-shirts for that. By the way, we're kind of got some ideas for that stuff. Some Mandalorian stuff for us. Kent, what kind of stuff you got coming up this week? Let the people know. There's 200-some people here. Let them know what you're doing.
Volleyball season's over, so you're getting videos. They're coming.
Right.
Videos are coming.
Boom.
Winter is here.
Josh, you got anything exciting happening this week on the schedule already?
No, sir.
Oh, boom. Call of Duty?
Yeah, maybe. I'm just staying under the radar right now.
Under the radar. All right.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Greg's got his epic vlog video coming.
I do. There's an actual toy photography video tomorrow.
Boom.
I went out and shot my Mythos Obi-Wan.
Wow. I look forward to that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then got a hunt video. It's coming out on Tuesday.
Busy man.
Vlog video on Wednesday.
All right. We're going to wrap it up, guys. For the 200 and some odd people who stayed with us for an hour and a half, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Make sure you go subscribe to all these guys here. Make sure you subscribe to all these guys. And turn on your notifications because we don't know how long they're going to work. So test it out and make sure it works. So, that's all I got. So peace. We're out of here.